Did you know that some cats have a protective side like personal bodyguards? Cats may seem like independent creatures living in their own world, but they are actually more aware than we realize, especially when it comes to the safety of their loved ones. If you've ever noticed your cat watching you closely or acting unusually in the presence of potential danger, you might just have a four-legged bodyguard without even knowing it. Let's go. Number 1. Your ever-present shadow. Typically, cats aren't as clingy as dogs. But if your cat suddenly starts following you from room to room, there might be a deeper reason than just curiosity. Your feline friend could sense something unfamiliar or unsettling in its surroundings, staying close to you for protection, or perhaps just to ensure you don't suddenly disappear. Sometimes, you may even notice your cat sitting beside you or on top of you while you relax, as if trying to comfort you or provide a sense of security. Recent studies have shown that cats can read our facial expressions and react to our emotions. If you're happy, they may respond with purring and affectionate gestures. If you're angry or stressed, they might watch you cautiously or keep their distance. And if you're feeling down, they might surprise you by coming closer and rubbing against you in an attempt to lift your spirits. Yes, even cats know how to offer comfort. Number 2. Keeping enemies away. When a cat becomes a personal bodyguard. Among all the sounds cats make, there are 2 specific ones that reflect their protective instincts, whether for themselves or for you: hissing and growling. If you hear your cat making either of these sounds, know that it is feeling extremely uncomfortable and threatened by something or someone. Hissing is usually an instinctive reaction, signaling a warning for whoever approaches to back off immediately. Growling, on the other hand, is deeper and more pronounced, used when the cat perceives the threat as more serious than it appears. However, not all cats express their sense of danger in this way. Some may let out prolonged meows or even sharp cries instead of hissing or growling. This may seem unusual, but it's actually their way of warning without resorting to a fight. Cats always prefer to avoid direct confrontation, and when they make such sounds, they are trying to scare off the threat without resorting to violence. However, if the danger persists and comes too close, the cat will have to choose between 2 options: either quickly fleeing to a safe place or preparing to defend itself and attack if necessary. While some cats may behave this way to protect you, it's important to recognize that hissing or growling isn't always a sign of protection. Sometimes, these behaviors indicate aggression or fear, especially if the cat is reacting this way toward someone you know to be harmless. So, if you notice your cat acting aggressively toward a specific person without a clear reason, it may be best to calm it down and ensure there are no underlying triggers causing its anxiety or fear. Number 3. The secret of the puffed up cat. Why does its size suddenly double? Have you ever seen your cat suddenly puff up its fur, making it look much larger than its actual size? This might seem funny to you, but in reality, it's not just a random act. It's an instinctive response to strong emotions like fear or stress. Some cats only puff up their tails, while others go to the extreme and fluff up their entire coat, trying to make themselves appear bigger than they really are. The goal of this behavior is to intimidate any potential threat and show that they are strong and capable of defending themselves, or even you. In some cases, a cat may puff up when it feels the need to protect you. If it notices something unusual or senses danger, it may fluff up its tail and arch its back, trying to appear more dominant. This is its way of saying, "I'm here to protect you, and I'm not backing down." But be careful, when a cat is in this state, it is fully prepared to attack or defend itself, making it much more sensitive to touch. If you try to calm it down, it may not realize that you are not a threat and could accidentally react with its claws. It's best to give it some time to settle, speak to it in a soft voice, or offer a small treat to reassure it. In the end, whether your cat shows its protection through soft purring or by standing tall like a fluffed-up lion, it sees you as part of its family and will do everything in its power to make sure you're safe. Number 4. I'm watching you. A cat's eyes have always been a window into its inner world, reflecting its emotions and moods, whether it's excitement during play or anxiety in the face of a threat. But did you know that its piercing gaze could also be a sign that it is protecting you? When a cat's pupils dilate fully, it means it is in a heightened state of alertness, carefully monitoring the situation and preparing to make a decision: attack or retreat. However, if you notice that its pupils have narrowed into thin slits, its fur is puffed up, and its back is arched, be aware that it has entered warrior mode and won't hesitate to defend itself, or you, if necessary. While your cat's protective instincts may seem like a deep expression of love, things can get out of hand if its vigilance becomes excessive. In such cases, your cat might start acting aggressively toward people or animals that pose no real threat, like your close friends or even family members.
Number 5. I've marked you. When we think of protection, images of cats hissing or engaging in direct confrontation might come to mind. However, in reality, cats have more subtle and less obvious ways of expressing their protective instincts. One of the most common ways is by marking you with their scent. Cats have scent glands in various parts of their bodies, including their chin, cheeks, forehead, and even their paws. When your cat rubs its face against you or presses its body against your legs, it's not just a sign of affection, it's also a way of leaving its scent on you to tell the world, especially other cats, that you belong to it. This behavior is similar to how cats rub against furniture and walls to mark their territory. But when they do it to you, it means they consider you their most precious possession, perhaps the most important of all. These are not just random actions or simple expressions of comfort. They are natural behaviors that reinforce their bond with you and make you feel secure under their care. When a strange cat approaches and smells your cat's scent on you, it will recognize that you are not alone. You have a cat guarding you and considering you part of its family. This could serve as a warning to other cats to stay away and not attempt to steal your attention. From your cat's perspective, you are not just its owner, you are an essential part of its life. You provide food, shelter, and comfort. Without you, it would have to fend for itself, finding food and staying safe alone. Something it would rather avoid at all costs. So, if your cat frequently marks you with its scent, take it as a sign that it doesn't want to lose you and that, to it, you are much more than just a companion. Number 6. No privacy with cats. Do you think you can have a moment of peace and privacy just by closing the door to your room or bathroom? Well, your cat has a completely different opinion. Some cats take their role as a personal bodyguard very seriously, to the point where simply closing a door in front of them might be considered a personal insult. If you try to keep them out, expect immediate protests, as if you've failed them in their sacred mission to protect you. You'll hear non-stop meowing that grows louder over time, and they may even start scratching at the door persistently, as if trying to break it down to get in by any means necessary. From their perspective, there's no logical reason for shutting them out. How can they do their job if they can't reach you? The bathroom, for example, may seem like just a place for relaxation to you, but to your cat, it's a mysterious zone filled with potential dangers. They might think you need protection from the suspiciously moving toilet paper roll or the faucet that behaves unpredictably. Some cats will try to push the door open with their heads, while others will sit in front of it, completely still, until you finally give in and let them inside. To them, there's no way you should be left alone. You belong to them, and it's their duty to make sure you're safe, even in the moments you believe you don't need a personal bodyguard. Number 7. The sleepless night guard. As soon as you finish your daily activities and decide to go to bed, you might think your cat will finally retreat and let you enjoy some peace. But you'll soon discover the exact opposite. Your cat knows your sleep schedule very well, perhaps even better than you do. That's why you may find it rushing ahead of you to the bed, as if reserving its spot beside you before you even get there. And even if it usually doesn't care about sleeping with you, it will suddenly change its mind when it senses you need extra protection. Cats with protective instincts don't just watch over you during the day. Their mission extends into the night as well. You may notice your cat circling around you before bedtime, quietly climbing onto the bed, and choosing a strategic spot that makes it nearly impossible for you to move freely. It might settle at your feet, stretch out alongside your back, or even take over your entire pillow like the most devoted bodyguard in the world. Some cats prefer sleeping close to your face, where they can feel your breath and monitor any unusual movements. While this behavior may seem adorable, it can also become a challenge when your cat starts claiming the largest part of the bed, leaving you with barely enough space to sleep. Even worse, it might suddenly decide that midnight is the perfect time to wake up for a quick patrol around the room, only to return and sprawl across you as if ensuring you haven't escaped in your sleep.
Number 8. The purring shield. How your cat protects you with its gentle sound. Purring may seem like nothing more than a sign of comfort and happiness, but in reality, it holds much deeper meanings. it can actually be one of the ways your cat protects you. Cats often purr when they feel safe and secure, lying on your lap or near you, producing that soft, rhythmic sound as a signal that they are relaxed and protected in your presence. However, purring is not just an expression of contentment, it's a behavior cats develop from birth. As kittens, they purr to reassure their mother and siblings, using it as a form of communication and a way to express comfort. But as they grow, this habit becomes more directed toward humans, serving not only as an indication of happiness but also as a form of self-soothing. Interestingly, some cats resort to purring when they feel anxious or stressed. In these moments, the vibrations from their purring act as a calming mechanism, much like how humans take deep breaths to ease tension. If your cat senses that you are unsettled or scared, it may come to you, lie beside you, and start purring in an attempt to reassure and comfort you. This behavior may not be as obvious as hissing or other defensive reactions, but it remains a way for your cat to show its protective instincts. In its eyes, your emotional well-being is just as important as your physical safety, and it will do everything it can to stay by your side during difficult times. In the end, your cat's protective behavior may be a deep expression of love, but it can become a problem if it goes too far. When excessive guarding leads to aggression, your cat may start attacking people or animals that pose no real threat, which can create tension at home and even result in accidental injuries. It's not just others who are affected. Constant stress can make your cat unable to relax, increasing its anxiety and influencing its behavior. In some cases, this might even lead to aggression toward you as well. That's why it's important to understand your cat's signals and help it feel safe without needing to remain in a constant state of vigilance. Did you know there are signs that your cat might be feeling lonely? In the video on your screen, I'll reveal 10 clear signs that your cat is experiencing loneliness. Signs you simply can't ignore. Do you recognize them? Click on the screen and join me in discovering the amazing secrets of cats.